Good morning, students. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll get started. Write this paper. So shall we go a little faster? I assume, see, from my perspective, this paper was slightly easy only. What is your opinion? Was it tough? What can someone give me a feedback on this? Setting the paper, I felt it is very
Yes, sir.
because this one's tougher.
Easy, sir. Relatively
So,
easy.
relatively easy, right? The reason is they have removed by the composite functions and inverse functions, right? So that's why I couldn't take many questions which are challenging. Similarly, inverse trigonometry also only properties were mostly removed. So we have to concentrate only on the basics. So let's see. Let's get started. I will. Will you people keep telling me the answers? So whichever problem there is toughness, that I will discuss. Okay. Anybody has any kind of problem, you can stop me. Okay. Or else I'll assume that everyone is clear. Okay. Shall we get started? Yeah. The first question, guys. 1 minute. Yeah. So what is the answer for the first question? There is a relation R on set A, and the set A is 1, 2, 3. R is equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Then R is what kind of a relation? It's very simple. The input and the output are the same. What are they? Then what kind of function should be a reflexive function? Similarly, the second question, there is a set A, and the relation is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2. Then R is, see, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 is there. Right? All the three elements have the ordered pairs in such a way that the input and the output are the same. So it is reflexive for sure. Now I have 1, 3, where 1 and 3 belong to the set A, and 3, 2, where 3 and 2 also belong to the same set A. Then 1, 2 is also existing. So what kind of a relation is this supposed to be?
Transitive.
Okay. So what is the option?
Option B.
B, sir.
Yes, it is reflexive and transitive. Right. So let f be a function mapped from real numbers to real numbers, be defined as f of x is equal to 3x. Choose the correct answer. What is it? Anybody?
Sir?
Hmm.
For the first one, isn't it D, sir?
Hedra. Why will it be D? Means all the, is it, did you say it is transitive?
Yes, sir, because 1, 1 is there, 1, 1 is there, and 1, 1 is there. So it's transitive.
No, it will not be like that. You cannot take that into consideration. Generally, when you say different elements are supposed to be there. Then if that is the case, then everything will become a transitive and symmetric. No, that's not the answer. Okay. So you should have different numbers also in combination. If that is there, then every reflexive function according to you, is supposed to be transitive also. Okay, transitive and symmetric. Okay, let me think about it just a minute. What are you trying to say? Can you repeat it again?
Sir, since the relation has 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3 only, so we can take it as symmetric and transitive too, sir.
Okay, because all the elements are used.
Yes.
Sorry, I missed it. Right, what you're saying is right. So what I'm trying to, so 1, 1 is there since all the combinations are there. 1, 1 is there. Similarly, you can think of another 1, 1 also which belongs to the same set. So it can be symmetric. Similarly, 2, 2 is there and 2, 2 belongs to the same set. And 3, 3 is there and 3, 3 belongs to the same set. So instead of saying reflexive, actually it is supposed to be all the three options. It can be transitive and symmetric as well. Okay. Next. So second one, let me check again. So it is reflexive and transitive, but not symmetric. That's right. Third one. So f is a function mapped from R to R. F of x is equal to 3x. Choose the correct answer.
I got 1-to-1 and on-to, sir. Option D.
1-to-1 and on to order.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's a bijective function. So how did you check that? Suppose this kind of a question comes, what is the approach you guys followed so that you can solve it faster? Since it is MCQ, how will you solve?
Sir, 1-to-1,
you-
sir. 3x1 will be equal to 3x2, sir. So
you're
x1 will
following
be
the same
equal
method.
to x. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Same method, sir.
Same method.
Then for on-to, 3x is equal to y, sir. Then
Okay. Then y
y
x
by
will
3
be equal to
yes, sir.
x is equal to y by 3. For every value of real number, you have an input real number that exists. That's an onto. Right. I hope everybody understood, right? That is one way. Mithun, what you told is right. So is there another way to check so that we can make things faster? So one is by the theoretical method. Second is by the graphical method. I think I would have taught this already. So y is equal to 3x is a straight line passing through the origin. Correct? So y is equal to 3x is a straight line passing through origin. So what line test are we supposed to do to check whether it is 1-to-1 or onto? Sorry, 1-to-1 or many-to-1? Anybody? I have already taught this. So you can draw a line parallel to whom? Parallel to the x-axis. Then what should happen? That line should cut the curve only at one point. If this kind of a scenario happens, then what kind of function will it be?
1-to-1.
It will be a 1-to-1 function. Then what is it supposed to be for a non-to function? So real numbers to real numbers means y is also getting extended from minus infinity to infinity. X is also getting extended from minus infinity to infinity. So if the curve falls in that range of minus infinity to infinity with respect to the coordinate system, then you can call it as an onto. So 1-to-1 and onto. Option D is right. I hope this is clear, right? If suppose had the same question been, f is mapped from R to R. Okay, I want to test this. If f of x is equal to x square is given and the same four options are given, then what option will you choose? I'll give you a minute time. Think and tell me.
One-to-one, but not on-to.
1-to-1, adada? Think about it. F is mapped from R to R. F of x is x square.
Not
So
1-to-1.
1-to-1 many-to-one and on-to, sir.
It is many-to-one and
Many
onto.
to one and one.
Correct? Yeah. X square, x1 square will be equal to x2 square according to your theoretical method, which implies x1 is equal to plus or minus x2. Correct? Ada? So it becomes a many-to-one function. Okay, accepted. What about it? Is it an onto function? Is it an
Yes,
onto
sir.
function?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how will you say it's an onto?
It's not
Yes,
an
sir.
onto.
It's an onto, sir.
X square is equal
Decimal
to y.
values will not have a codomains.
Decimal values kadayadra. It's not decimal value. It's a negative real number.
Negative, okay, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
that is why I say you look at the domain and this, right? So x is equal to plus or minus root y. So what is the meaning of this? For every value of y that belongs to the real number set should have a pre-image, right, in the domain set. So if you substitute negative real number here, what will happen?
Complex
Root of
numbers.
y will become a complex number, right? So it is a many-to-one function and not an onto function. It's called as an into function. Okay, I hope everybody understood, right?
Yes.
Is anyone having doubt? Okay. Secondly, you can also observe it graphically, right? If you draw a graph, y is equal to x square is an upward parabola. If you draw a straight line parallel to the x-axis, what will happen? It will cut the curve at more than one point.
One time.
So when it is cutting the curve at more than one point, obviously it's a many-to-one function. And if you observe the range has minus r also. Correct? The range has minus, goes till minus infinity. But you cannot find any values in this particular region which you can substitute, for which you are getting a real number. Correct? So that is one, that is a graphical way of checking it. So these are the two methods, guys. Now the other question I want to put in this is, I want you to adjust the domain and the range in such a way that it becomes a one-to-one function and onto function. So adjust the input and the output values, that is, make changes in this part so that it becomes a one-to-one and onto function. Guys, am I audible? Yeah, are you guys there? I asked a very simple question. Now, what is it? What did I ask you? Adjust the value of input and output so that f of x is equal to the same x square becomes a one-to-one and onto function. Correct? Yeah, there is the reason why I'm discussing. I'm not concerned only about this paper. If the question is twisted, also you should be in a position to answer. Is everyone able to understand, or you're getting confused? You please open your mouth and tell me so that I can change the method and teach. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? So if f of x is equal to x square comes, look at the input and the output values, and based on that only you can decide it. Right now, is it a one-to-one and onto function? Check and tell me.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Be careful next time onwards. Okay. So there is a relation R on the set of natural numbers, which is defined as R is equal to A comma B, such that A plus B is even and A comma B is belonging to the natural number set. Then R is what? Tell me.
Equivalence relation, sir.
So how did you get it? So what? How did you approach?
Sir, I took some random numbers, sir. For example, 1, 3, 5.
Okay. So one logic that says is the sum of these numbers in the ordered pair is supposed to be even. So what are those numbers that you can substitute?
Sir, from 1 to infinity, sir. Positive numbers only, sir.
You can substitute all positive numbers, but tell me one thing, sum of which two numbers will always give you an even number?
Odd numbers.
Sum of odd numbers, sum of two odd numbers is even, sum of two even numbers is also
Even
even.
numbers.
Correct? So sum of two odd numbers is even, sum of two even numbers is also even. But what are the numbers that you can put and check? If I put 1, 3, okay, 1, 3 belong to the natural number set, right? Then what can happen? You can substitute 3, 1 also, such that 1 plus 3 and 3 plus 1 is still going to give you an even number, right? If I substitute 1, 3, okay, then I can substitute 1, 1 and 2, 2, something like this, right? So this one proves what? You can substitute all combinations of odd numbers. You can substitute all combination of even numbers. So this will give you reflexive. 1, 3, 3, 1 gives you symmetric. 1, 3, 3, 1 and 1, 1 gives you transitive. So it is
Equivalent.
an equivalent, correct? Fifth one. A is 1, 2, 3, then relation R is equal to 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. Then what is the answer?
Transitive, sir.
Yes. So the principal value of tan inverse, there was a mistake here. So the principal value of tan inverse of tan of 7 pi by 6, what is the answer?
Pi by 6.
How did you get that?
So tan inverse of pi plus pi by 6, I wrote, sir.
Tan of pi plus pi by 6.
Pi by 6.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
But what is the answer? Tan inverse of tan of pi plus pi by 6 is what?
Pi by 6.
Yeah, which quadrant does it fall into? Third quadrant. Third
Third
tan is
quadrant.
false. So tan inverse of tan pi by 6 is pi by 6. Why didn't we take 7 pi by 6 itself as the answer? Because
Domain, it is not falling, sir. It's not
what
in the
is the
domain
domain?
range.
What is the principal
Sir,
domain of it?
open bracket, sir. Pi by 2 to pi by 2, sir. Minus pi by 2 to
Minus
pi
pi
by
by
2, open bracket.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Seventh one, how to do it? Sin inverse 2 by 5 plus cos inverse x is equal to 0. What is the answer?
2 by
Sir, I
5.
got 2 by 5, sir.
So how did you do it?
The property, sir. Sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2, sir.
Okay.
Cos inverse of 0 is pi by 2, no, sir.
Okay.
Then we can take cos.
Sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is pi by 2. Accepted. Okay. How did you use this here? Here it is 0. Then how did you use?
So the cos we can take
So
to
what's
RHS,
5
no,
by
sir.
2 0?
Cos inverse
Okay.
of 0 is pi by 2, no, sir.
Okay. Oh, this one you took. Sorry, I
Yes,
didn't
sir.
see this. Yeah. So sin inverse of 2 by 5 plus cos inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. So cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus sin inverse of 2 by 5. So this will give you cos inverse of 2 by 5. What is the answer? Which implies x is equal to 2 by 5. The number of solutions of the equation sin inverse x minus cos inverse x is equal to sin inverse half. Sin inverse half is how much? What is sin inverse half? It is
Pi
pi
by
by
6.
6. Correct. But sin inverse. So sin inverse x minus cos inverse x is pi by 6. Then how to solve this? So what can we do? Can we write sin inverse x minus of pi by 2 minus sin inverse x is equal to pi by 6? So it will be 2 times sin inverse x minus pi by 2 is equal to pi by 6. So 2 sin inverse x is equal to pi by 2 plus pi by 6. What is the answer? So 90 plus 30, 120. Yeah. So 2 pi by 3, this sin inverse x multiplied with the 2, this and this will get cancelled. So x will be equal to sin pi by 3. What is the answer? Which is root 3 by 2. So how many solutions does it have?
1.
Has only one. Correct? Ninth one. Anyone having a doubt?
Sir, how did you conclude that as one solution, sir?
X is taking only one value. Now, see, for example, had I got the answer as x is equal to plus or minus sin pi by 3, then I can say 2. If suppose I get sin pi by 3, comma sin pi by 6, comma sin pi by 2, then I can say 3. Okay. Or
Okay,
if it comes as a general solution, this one the particular pi by 3 is a fixed value, correct? 60 degrees. But suppose if I get 2n plus 1 into pi by 3, general solution on that, then it is infinite number of solutions. You're able to understand?
yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Next time when it comes, try to answer it. So tan inverse of root 3 minus secant inverse of minus 2 is equal to how much? Tan inverse of root 3, what? Pi by
3.
3.
Correct. Minus secant inverse of minus 2 is cos inverse of how much? Secant inverse of minus 2 is cos inverse of minus half. So cos inverse of minus half is how much? Pi minus cos half. So pi minus pi by 3. 2 pi by 3. Yeah? Minus 2 pi by 3. What will be the answer? You tell me.
Minus pi by 3.
Minus 5 by 3.
Right. You didn't get it. Next time correct it. 10th. The domain of sin inverse 2x is how much?
Minus half, comma.
Minus half, comma half. Correct. 11th one another. Let L denote the set of all straight lines in a plane. Let R be the relation defined by L is in relation with M if, or L is related to M if and only if L is perpendicular to M for all values of L, comma, the small m, the perpendicular line, belongs to the set capital L. Then R is what? So how to approach this question first of all? So you have a set L which has all straight lines, right? So from these straight lines, what are we supposed to choose? You need to choose a set of, what?
Perpendicular.
You need to choose a set of perpendicular lines where I will call this as L and this as M. Okay. Now, what will be the ordered pair that you can write? L1, L2. What is the L1 and L2 supposed to satisfy? L1 and L2 are supposed to be perpendicular to each other. Correct? When you write the ordered pair, L1, L2 will be perpendicular to each other. So, is there a possibility for me to write L1, L1? Can I write L1,
No.
L1? So, this is rejected. So, I cannot think of reflexive is rejected. So if I write L1, L2 means the first line is perpendicular to second line. Is there a possibility to write that L2, L1 also belongs to R?
Yes, sir.
So can I say it is symmetric? Right.
Yes.
Now what about transitive? L1,
Not
L2,
possible, sir.
L2, L3. Then what will happen? L1 is perpendicular to L2 and L2 is perpendicular to L3. L1, L2, L3. But L1 and L3 will be either parallel or anti-parallel. So what is going to be the answer? Transitive is also not possible. So what is the only option possible? It is
Symmetric.
Sharia. Right. So which of the following is not an equivalence relation on Z? So A is related to B such that A minus B is an even integer. So on Z, correct? So Z means you are going to have all set of integers. A minus B is an even integer. Is it possible always? You will choose two integers from the set A and B, from the integer set. You will choose two integers A and B from the integer set, and you need to subtract them. When you subtract them, that should come out as an even integer. Is it possible? Can you give me an example which is getting rejected? Suppose I subtract 1 minus 2, what will I get? I'll get minus 1, which is not an even integer. So first one is obviously wrong. What about second one?
It can be possible, sir.
Possible. How is it possible? Can you give me an example? Every number is an even integer. Is every number going to be an even integer is the question. Which of the following is not an equivalence relation on Z? Actually, both the options are not.
Sir, even C is not possible, sir.
Sir, C is also not possible, sir.
C is also not there, and D is also not there. So nothing is possible actually.
The D is possible.
A is related to B, and A is equal. Is there a possibility that every element A will be equal to B?
Oh, no, sir, it won't. Don't.
Because they asked it to be equivalence, right? It is not possible. I don't think the question is valid. Let me revisit this again. It's not a valid one. So you will get marks for this if you have attempted. 13th. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 9. R is a relation from A to B defined by X is greater than Y. Then the range of R is. So A is a set 1, 2, 3. B is 1, 4, 5, 9. R is a relation from A to B by X is greater than Y. Then the range of R is what?
1, sir.
So X is greater than Y mark. So 1 and you're saying B.
Yes, sir. B.
How did you prove that? Like, what is your explanation for it? So what will be the order
Among
pair?
everything,
Yeah, what will be the order pair in the relation?
be 2, 1 and 3, 1 alone.
2, 1 and 3,
So when you take the first element input as 1, 1 will have no element which is mapped there. Right? You cannot write 1, anything. So you can think of 2. So 2 means 2, 1. You write 3, 3, 1. So what will be the answer? Option B. So 13B is the option. Correct? 14th. F of x is equal to cos inverse of 3x minus 1. Find the domain of this. So how to find the domain, guys? Cos inverse of 3x minus 1 is less than or equal to 1 and greater than or equal to minus 1.
minus.
Correct? So if I take cos on both the sides, what will happen? So if I take cos on both the sides, what will happen? What should I take this value as and this value as? Cos of -1 is greater than or equal to cos of cos inverse of 3x minus is greater than or equal to. Let me see who can tell me why I changed the answer.
So because you're putting cos, so this is in terms of inverse. So in cos, it will
Okay.
be opposite in trigonometric instead of inverse trigonometry.
Okay. Wait, I made a mistake. It is minus. So it belongs to 0 to pi da. Cos 0, cos pi. So cos 0 greater than or equal to cos pi. So yeah, tell me, did you understand? So cos inverse, the least value it is going to give you is 0. The maximum value it is going to give you is pi. But when I took on cos on both the sides, if you observe, I changed the inequality. This is what I want to know. Why I changed it? Anybody? This has nothing to do from this chapter. Let me see how much you know. Because cos is a decreasing function. Correct? So what is cos 0? 1. Greater than or equal to 3x minus 1 greater than or equal to -1. So I could have actually written the step directly like this, -1 to 1. So 3x is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 2. So what is the answer? Greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to 2 by 3. Is there an option?
B.
Right. So either you could have written this step. This I wanted to explain because I wanted to mention this point of decreasing function, or else you could have directly started with 3x minus 1. So the value of input that you can give inside an inverse function should belong to -1 to 1. I hope I'm clear, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
greater than or equal to there, sir. Open bracket only should come now, sir.
Equal to da. Equal to na is da. Close to.
Okay, sir.
Okay. When you can substitute and see da, you will get the answer. Am I clear or not? Mithun, clear da?
Okay, sir.
No
Yes, sir.
confusion. Okay. 14th. So A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which of the following partitions of A correspond to an equivalence relation on A? Tell me.
But
So
sir,
which
what
of the
should be the
partitions?
relation conditions, sir? Yeah.
What should see? They made the partitions. So A is broken into small sets. So 1, 3 is there. So 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6.
But based on what can we classify them, sir?
Yeah,
Of
that's what
conditions.
That's what I'm looking at. So which of the following partitions on A correspond to an equivalence relation on set A? So the partition should correspond to an equivalence relation. Like where do these partitions actually come from? 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, and none of these. So out of all these things, where is the partition coming from? You're able to understand what these partitions are? You know what is partition, right? It is this bigger set is broken into 3 small sets. Okay, or 2 small sets or 3 small sets like this. Correct? You're able to understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they should be broken in such a way that when you take the union of everything, what should you get? You should get back this thing, right? Which of the following correct? I'm only thinking of what should be the condition for an equivalence. If I take a union of this also, I'll be getting set A. For union of this also, I'll be getting set A. So I want it to be equivalence, right? Okay. See, actually, this. I'll explain the method, but you'll get marks for this question, okay? Because it's not a part of your syllabus. Listen.
Sir, if we
So-
don't attempt, also I'll get the marks, sir.
You don't attempt, I'll not get that. You have attempted, okay. Okay. If you have attempted, you will get marks, okay? So thing is, the union of all these things should give you the set, and for the equivalence relation to be formed, right, from these kind of partitions, then they are supposed to be disjoint sets. So what do we mean by disjoint sets?
No element will be common in both the sets.
So two elements should not be common in both. So which one is the answer?
A is the answer, sir.
That's the answer. But okay, if you have attempted this and you have put a wrong option, then you will get marks for this. Okay, 15th one. 15th one is easy. Cos of cos inverse of 7 by 25. Make it fast.
None of these, sir.
Yes, because what
So
will be the
none of-
answer?
7
What
by
be the-
25, sir.
7 by 25. None of these is the answer. 16th one. Tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3 is how much?
Minus 5.
Minus 5 by 4.
Correct. So there is this thing. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. So tan inverse of x plus y is how much? 2 plus 3 by 1 minus 6. Tan inverse of 5 divided by minus 5, it will be minus 1. So tan inverse of minus 1 is minus 5 by 4. 17th one. So tan square of secant inverse 2 plus cot square of cosecant inverse 3 is how much? Tan square of secant inverse 2. So secant inverse 2 is cos inverse of half. Cos inverse half is how much? Tan inverse of? Tan inverse of? Take a right angle triangle. Theta, this is 1, this is 2. So how much will this be? Root of 3. So cos inverse half is how much? Obviously pi by 3. Correct? So tan square of pi by 3 plus cot square of, what is cosecant inverse 3? Cosecant inverse 3 is sine inverse of 1 by 3. So how much will be the answer?
So I got 11, sir. in the end.
Okay.
11, sir.
So what we can actually do is cot square, we can write it in terms of cosecant square. See, cot square, this cosecant inverse 3 is actually theta. Cot square theta is how much? It is cosecant square, cosecant inverse 3 minus 1. Can we write it like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tan square pi by 3 is how much is it? It is 3 plus cosecant of cosecant inverse 3 the whole square minus 1. How much is it? It is 9 minus 1 plus 9 minus 1. Did you get 11?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay. 18th. So cot of pi by 4 minus 2 cot inverse of 3. So cot of pi by 4 minus theta, how much is it? So cot of pi by 4 plus theta, what is it? Sorry, minus theta. So can I write it as, if you don't know the formula also, can I write it as 1 by pi by 4 minus theta? So this tan of pi by 4 minus theta is a famous formula. So 1 divided by 1 minus tan theta divided by 1 plus tan theta. So 1 plus tan theta divided by 1 minus tan theta. Here, what is the value of theta? 1 plus tan of theta is how much?
2 cot inverse 3.
2 cot inverse 3, the whole divided by 1 plus tan of 2 cot inverse 3. Right. So what will you get? How will you find the value of cot inverse of 3, 2 cot inverse of 3 in terms of tan? How many of you solved this question? How many of you solved this? Parma, see, wait, I'll do this question.
So I have a doubt, sir. Can we do cot inverse 3 value? Can we substitute it and then do?
Cot inverse 3, can you substitute it as?
It's pi by format.
Yeah, that you can't do, no? Because cot inverse 3 doesn't have a value, right? It's not a value from the trigonometry. Is that what you're asking? Pi by 3, pi by 2, something like that?
Yes, sir.
But there is no value, no, for cot inverse. See, I'll show you the steps. Everyone, please write it down. 1 by 4. So 1 by tan of pi by 4 minus theta. Any doubt? So it is 1 divided by 1 minus tan theta by 1 plus tan theta. I hope it is clear. So it will be 1 plus tan theta by 1 minus tan theta. Right? So 1 plus tan of, what is the value of theta? It is 2 cot inverse of 3. Correct? Divided by 1 minus tan of 2 tan inverse of 3. Sorry, cot inverse of 3. Is it clear till this step?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, cot inverse of 3, I will be able to remove this tan because if you look at the options, generally these kind of questions are asking you the value. When they say the value, they mean a number. So for you to get that number, you need to eliminate the trigonometric function. So for you to eliminate trigonometric functions, you need a tan inverse inside, whereas you have 2 cot inverse of 3. So what you can do is 1 plus tan into this 2 cot inverse 3 is there, right? So can I write it as 2 tan inverse of 1 by 3? The whole divided by 1 minus tan of 2 tan inverse of 1 by 3. Can I do it or not? Is that clear? So do you guys know that cot inverse of 3 is equal to tan inverse of 1 by 3? Everybody knows this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, so when I say 2 tan inverse 3, can I say it is tan inverse of 1 by 3 plus tan inverse of 1 by 3? So what is tan inverse of 1 by 3 plus tan inverse of 1 by 3? It is tan inverse of 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 by 1 minus 1 by 9. So how much is that? Tan inverse of 2 by 3 divided by 8 by 9. So this and this will get cancelled, and this will get cancelled. This will get tan inverse of 3 by 4. Is it clear? So 2 tan inverse of 1 by 3 is equal to how much? Tan inverse of what value? 3 by 4.
3 by 4.
Is there anyone having doubt till this step? Is everyone clear? Is there anything you want me to explain? I'm ready to do it. Anybody? Okay. So 1 plus tan of, in the place of 2 tan inverse 1 by 3, I can say tan inverse of 3 by 4 by 1 minus tan of tan inverse of 3 by 4. So 1 plus 3 by 4 by 1 minus 3 by 4. How much is this term? 7 by 4 by 1 by 4. Answer enough. 7. Is there an option? Is there an option? 18th. B is the answer. Right. Next. 19th question. The value of the expression sine of cot inverse of cos of tan inverse of 1. sine of cos in cot inverse of cos of tan inverse of 1. So you should always start from the right hand side. How to do this? Sine of cot inverse of cos of, what is tan inverse of 1 ra? Takkan
Pi
solunga.
by 4.
Pi by 4. So sine of cot inverse of cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2.
1 by root 2.
See, cot inverse of 1 by 2 is sine inverse of how much? How much?
3, sir.
Sine of sine
Root
inverse
2
of
by
now take root of 1 minute. It should be root 3.
3, sir.
Correct? Root 2 by root 3. Okay, the answer. Okay. I hope it is clear, right? Next test onwards, if this kind of a question comes, make sure you are able to do it. So 21, R is equal to A comma B. A comma B belongs to natural numbers. A plus 3B is equal to 12. The domain and range of R.
Answer is A, sir.
A, sir.
So 369, R is equal to 3 to 1. Okay. Yes. So R be defined on natural numbers such that A is related to B. 2A plus 3B is equal to 30. Then write R as a set of ordered pairs. R is equal to,
Answer is B, sir.
correct.
I mean B, sir.
B, sir.
Then another.
That's B.
Yes, sir.
23rd is the simplest problem. F of x is equal to x plus 3, x square minus 1 and 3x minus 1 when x is less than 2, minus 2 to 3, greater than 3 respectively, f of minus 1. So minus 1 now, what is the function value you're supposed to take?
First
square
to
minus
anything we
4.
can say, sir.
Minus 2 to 3 greater than 3. So minus 2 now, minus 1 will be here. So you should take x square minus 2. When you take x square minus 2, what is going to be the value? When you
Yes,
put
sir,
x
minus
equal
1.
to minus 1, correct. So f is a function map from f of x is equal to x minus greatest integer of x. What is this? Is it a onto function bijective, neither 1 to 1 or onto, or f is 1 to 1? What is the answer?
It is 1 to 1.
Are you
So
sure?
neither 1 to 1 nor on to, sir. Greatest integer function, no, sir. We'll have multiple values.
Okay.
So
Any
it
idea
cannot
of,
be 1 to 1. No, sir.
any idea of what is x minus greatest integer of x? Can someone explain me? I just want to explain this concept alone. Can someone tell me what is greatest integer of x definition, mathematical definition?
If we take, for example, 5.3, then the answer will be 5.
5.3 is 5, correct. But how did he get that 5?
Because
Like, what is
greatest
the-
integer.
Please tell me. Sorry. Please tell me.
So we take 5.0 plus 0.3, sir. In which the greatest integer is 5.
Correct. Who spoke first? Rahul? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Rahul. Had it been minus 5.3, what would be the answer? Greatest integer of minus 5.3, no, what would be the answer? Is it minus 5 or minus 6 or minus 4? Minus 5, minus 6 or minus 4? Which one is right? Others can also speak the. What is the answer?
Minus 6, sir.
That's right. Minus 6 is right, but be confident. So how did he get that minus 6 is my question.
Minus 6 plus 0.7. And we take minus 6 because it has the greatest value.
So minus 6 plus 0.7, or I could have written it as minus 0.5, minus 5, minus 0.3. Right? From this particular set, like, or this particular number, I need to choose that integer value, right? That is the greatest integer, okay, correct? So when I can write minus 5.3 as minus 6 plus 0.7 or minus 5 minus 0.3, why are you saying that the answer is only minus 6? The greatest integer could have been minus 5 also, right? Guys, this is an important concept. If this question comes, I want you to do well. Are you able to understand what I'm asking? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. Why are we taking minus 6? Why not minus 5? In the regular class, I would have told this many times. Rohan, what is the difference you are able to see in the first and the second step?
So minus 6 is less than minus 5.
Okay, whatever it is, but still I can write this minus 5 is also an integer or not? This box of x is nothing but greatest integer of the x, correct? So minus 5.3 is a combination of something. It is a combination of integral part and something called as a fractional part. So this 0.7 and 0.3, I will call it as fractional part. Minus 6 and minus 5, I will call it as integer part. When I'm saying I need to choose the greatest integer, why am I not taking the value from the second one? Why am I not
So
taking
we
the value?
take only 6, so we disregard the 7.
Why?
So it depends even on the fractional part, sir.
That's right. But there is something important with respect to fractional part. There is a reason why I'm talking all the story. So if I take
So the fractional part in the 5.31 has a negative, sir, while the one in 6 has a plus. So plus 0.7 is better than minus 0.3.
correct. So it is actually greatest integer of 5 plus 0.3. Otherwise, you broke it into an integral part and a fractional part. You're able to understand. So what is the greatest integer among it? It is 5. So whenever you're breaking it to integral and fractional part, you need to ensure that the fractional part is always positive. So having all these points in mind, can I say that x can be written as, any number x can be written as its greatest integer plus a fractional value? Correct? So what is my x minus greatest integer of x? It is a fractional part. So why I told this concept is, if suppose they didn't ask you something like this, and in the options they gave you fractional part of the function, signum function, and some other options, you should be able to choose it. Guys, am I clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Next time will you be able to handle it? Yeah. So x, the given real number minus the greatest integer is always equal to the fractional part. Okay. Now tell me, what about the fractional part? Is it going to be a one-to-one or onto function? Now think about it. So what do we mean by fractional part? Fractional part is always a decimal value. But when you say that the input is supposed to be real number and output is supposed to be a real number, is it necessary that fractional values only fall under the real number set? What will be eliminated? So in the fractional part, what are all the values from the domain that you're losing for it to not be a one-to-one function? The barangma. F of x is equal to x minus greatest integer of x. Only if you speak, I'll understand. Okay. If you're able to understand, say yes. If not, ask a question. I'll tell. F of x is equal to greatest fractional part of x. Are you able to understand this? So,
Yes,
if I take x as an integer, for example, does integer fall under the real number set or not?
yes.
It falls, right? So when I substitute x is equal to integer, for example, if I substitute f of 1, then what will be the fractional part of f of 1? What will be the fractional part of it? You're substituting an integer. So the fractional part of 1 is how much? 1 plus 0. Fractional part is how much? It's a 0. You don't have a fractional part at all. Fractional and decimal value. If suppose I substitute f of 2, then what will I have? What is the fractional part? You guys are torturing me. Not able to understand. You're able to
Be zero,
understand.
sir.
It will be 0 only, right? Fractional part is 0. So what is that? What is that telling you? That if you give all the input values as integer, the function will get mapped only to one value in the codomain set. What value is that?
0.
So it is if in the real number set, if I keep substituting the integer values, then for the fractional part, everything will get mapped only to 0. So what kind of a function is this? It's a many to one function. Correct? Similarly, since you are not able to get other values from the real number set, since everything is getting mapped only to 0, there will be certain values which will not have a pre-image associated in this given function. So it is not an onto function also. What is the answer? It is neither a one-to-one function nor an onto function. I explained the reason. Next time onward, you need not think this much. The reason I explained it because if you forget in the exam, this logic will help you to solve. Okay, next time if this question comes, you can blindly put a tick mark here. Mithun, like how you told, yeah, greatest integer does valued. Greatest integer has some importance, but actually again, x minus greatest integer of x is what? Fractional part. Inga, we should speak only about fractional part. Whereas, Mithun, are you there? Had the
Yes,
question,
sir.
you told me about greatest integer, correct, sir? Since that is there, your answer is right. I'm not denying the fact, but I'm trying to correct the logic. So
Yes,
if the question was only about greatest integer of x, Kannamudi, you could have said that neither a one-to-one or onto. But this x minus greatest integer is there. No, there we should have been a step. We should have been a little bit careful. That's why. So this question is about fractional part of x. If you don't know this, you have learned something new. Make a note of it and have it in your notes. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Right? Good. So A. 25th. A is equal to 1 to 3, R is equal to 1, 2, 2, 1. What is the answer?
R is symmetric.
Sorry?
R is symmetric, sir.
Symmetric.
That's it. It's a simple question. Next. 26th. What is the answer? 1, 2, 3, R is equal to 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3. What is the answer?
Reflexive,
sir.
but neither symmetric or transitive. Yeah.
25. A. 26. F is a function map from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 to A. F of x is equal to sin x. F is a bijection. Right set A. So in the sin x value, if you substitute minus pi by 2, what is the least value you will get? They're asking the set, the range set. What is the answer?
Yes,
Sine
sir.
of minus pi by 2. So what is the option?
Yes.
Correct. 28. Determine whether the relation is reflexive, symmetric, or transitive. Relation R in the set A of human beings in town A at a particular time given by R is equal to x comma y. X is the wife of y. So what can you say? If you write the set x comma, is it possible for you to write x comma x?
No, sir.
Because somebody cannot be wife of themselves. If you write x comma y, can you write y comma x?
No, sir.
No, sir.
If you write x comma y and you say y comma x x's, sorry, y comma z x's, can you write x comma z?
No, no, sir.
Obviously not possible. So what is the answer?
Yes, sir.
So f is a function map from R to R. F of x is equal to 1 plus x square is 1 plus x square. I already discussed about x square. Use the logic, make it fast and tell me.
On to, sir.
Hey,
Many to one.
I
Many
told you
to
about
one.
correct. Many to 1 is okay. Many to
What
1
is
and
into, sir?
into is not on. Not onto is into.
Okay, sir.
But see, at least forget about into dying. Options பார்த்தா உனக்கு தெரிஞ்சிடும். F of x is equal to x square plus 1. Is it a 1-to-1 function or many-to-one function?
Many to one, sir.
Obviously. So what should be the answer? Option D.
D.
Right. So there is a repeat. There is something similar to 23rd, I think. Yeah, 23rd.
The f
question.
of value is different, sir.
F of minus 3. What is the answer?
D, sir.
So f of minus 3 means which function will you take into consideration?
2x plus 3.
So 2x plus 3, answer is B. Principal value of tan inverse of minus root 3. So tan inverse of minus tan inverse of root 3. What is the answer?
C, sir.
Minus
Pi
pi by 3. Yeah.
Minus
Correct.
5 by 2.
So cosecant inverse of cosecant pi by 4. Minus pi by 4.
No, sir.
Why?
D, sir. Option D, sir.
5 by 4.
32 is D,
It
sir.
should be pi by 4 only, no? Yes. So tan inverse of minus 1.
Minus
D,
pi by
sir.
4.
Minus 5 by 4.
Cos inverse of cos 5 pi by 4.
Pi by 4.
Illiye.
We have to split, no, sir. Cos inverse of cos 5 plus pi by 4.
Actually, there is a mistake again. Cos inverse of cos 5 by 4.
Get A, sir.
You can actually write it as 5 plus pi by 4. No, 5 plus pi by 4 is minus cos pi by 4 minus cos pi by 4. See, it should be A. You know, cos inverse. What is the principal range? What is the principal domain of this? Cos
Minus.
inverse of cos x is equal to x for all values of x that belongs to what? Zero to pi. Yeah. You're able to understand this? Guys, do you know the difference? Can someone tell me? I know this confusion will exist. See, cos inverse of cos x is x, and cos of cos inverse of x is also x. But how will you vary the domain values? Here, I wrote x belongs to 0 to pi. What am I supposed to write here? X belongs to x belongs to what?
Minus 1 to 1.
So how did you find out? I've seen many
Cos of
people
0 and cos of pi.
Illa, I'm saying, why didn't you write minus 1 to 1 here and 0 to pi here? How did you know that you're supposed to write the numbers here and you're supposed to write the angles here? How did you know that?
That's because x belongs to cos inverse in the second case. X belongs
Yes.
to cos.
So whenever you have x inside this cos inverse, right? So cos inverse, now you should always substitute the value, that is minus 1 to 1. Whereas if x is inside the trigonometric function, you should ensure that you substitute the angle in terms of radians. So what many people do, they'll memorize these two things, they'll forget to read these 2 points. So having that in mind, cos inverse of cos 5 pi by 4 is there, right? I cannot directly write it as 5 pi by 4 because x should be what? X should belong to cos inverse of cos x is equal to x only if x belongs to 0 to pi. But 5 pi by 4 is greater than pi. So what are we supposed to do? Can I write it as cos of 5 plus pi by 4? I'm showing you the steps. So cos inverse of pi plus pi by 4 is how much? Minus cos pi by 4. So cos inverse of minus pi cos pi by 4 is minus 1 by root 2. So what will be the answer? It will be pi minus, what is cos inverse of half? It will be pi by 4. Answer is 3 pi by 4. How many of you got this right? Rohan, I remember you got it right. I remember you telling the answer here. You told it here or you got it in the exam also?
So I put B, so I put pi minus pi by 4. Pi minus 5 pi by 4. I did.
You made a
because I thought
mistake
the
here.
domain is wrong. Yes, sir.
You-
I put pi minus 5 pi by 4 and I calculated.
You took pi minus pi by 4.
Yes, sir. Pi minus 5 pi by 4.
That's not how. See, actually, here I broke this fraction into two parts. Everybody is clear about this, right? Are you able to understand? So, if you have the fraction in such a way that the numerator is greater than the denominator, then what are we supposed to do? You will have addition of two values. Whereas, had the question been 4 by 5, then you will have subtraction of two values. You could have written this as pi minus pi by 5. And this will be pi plus pi by 5. Right? So 35. Value of cos of sine inverse of 5 by 13. So cos is there. I can eliminate the inverse only if it is a cos inverse, right? So sine inverse 5 by 13 is cos inverse of how much?
12 by
12 by 13.
12 by 13. 5, 12, 13 are Pythagorean triplets. Answer is 12 by 13. Value of tan inverse x plus tan inverse 1 by x. Actually, if you
Yes,
know the
sir,
problem,
option.
correct.
Option A.
Tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is pi by 2. The domain of f of x of sine inverse x. Okay. There is a mistake there. This question also I should give you. Can you tell me what is the mistake? Nobody raised this. Can you tell me there is a mistake in the question? I didn't check it. Again, for this also, if you have
The
attempted,
domain of inverse
It
and
should be cos inverse.
trigonometric cos inverse.
Cos
should come.
inverse.
it should be cos inverse x. I'm saying, see, I'm not saying the question is, had these options not been given, I would have not said the question is wrong. But cos inverse of x should have been there because I'm able to see pure numbers here without fractional values. Had it been cos of x, then what would have happened? 1 minute. Yeah, question can be right. Sorry, it can be right. It is right. It can be. So no, I'm sorry, guys. There is no mistake in the question. So x belongs to what? For sine inverse x, what does x belong to?
Minus 1 to 1.
For cos x, x belongs to
0 to
right. You take cos x, basically in cos x, that function is defined for what values of x? You can substitute any value, right? X belongs to real numbers. Rohan, you're getting confused here. Cos inverse of cos x is equal to x for x belonging to 0 to pi. Okay, wow. If you take only the basic trigonometric function cos x, sin x, tan x, or whatever it is, sorry, sin x or cos x, then the value of x can belong to R. So, since it is a sum of these two functions, the domain should be the intersection of these two. What would be the answer?
minus 1 to 1.
That's it. Is everyone clear with it? Anybody wants me to explain it?
So can you
Yes.
explain again?
Sure, I'll do that. See, the question was like this, okay? Next time, observe the question. F of x is equal to sine inverse x plus cos x. So question is right. There is no mistake. So no grace marks for this. So for sine inverse x, x belongs to what?
Minus 1 to 1.
You're clear about this. Am I right? So for cos x, so cos x will give you a value between minus 1 to 1. The output of cos x is minus 1 to 1. But what is the value of x that you can substitute for you to get the values ranging between minus 1 to 1?
0
What
to
is the
pi.
domain? So you have this confusion. Listen to this carefully. Cos inverse of cos x will be x. I repeat it again. When you have a cos inverse before cos x, that is the time when x is going to get restricted to 0 to pi because this is a restricted domain. Whereas if I take only cos x, I'm talking about this function. So if there is no cos inverse before the cos x, then the value of x that I can substitute is what?
All real numbers.
Are you able to understand the difference? Am I clear or not? The difference between, So you having a cos inverse before cos x and only an independent function cos x. You're able to understand? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now for cos x, I will say x belongs to real number. So since f of x is the intersection of these two functions, I need to take, sorry, sum of these two, I need to take the intersection of these two. When I take the intersection of these two, what will be the answer? So this is real number. This minus infinity to infinity, minus 1 to 1. So what is the common region for both the functions? Is this not this region? So that is the meaning of intersection. So what will be the answer? It is minus 1 to 1. Just to check how much you people have understood. Okay. Can I ask another question? So f of x is equal to sine inverse of x plus tan x. Okay, I'll make it like this. I'll make cosecant x. Let's see how many of you are able to solve. Okay. How many of you could solve this? At least try to attempt. So for sine inverse x, what is the domain? X belongs to
-1 to 1.
cosecant inverse का? You can substitute all real numbers except
0.
what? What is it? Only 0, ma? 0. You cannot substitute pi. You cannot substitute 2 pi. You cannot substitute 3 pi. It keeps on going like this. So r minus n pi. Okay. So don't worry. These kind of questions are very rare. They don't come, but it is for your knowledge again. So x belongs to minus 1 to 1 and r minus n pi. So what is the intersection of these two? So I can write minus 1 to 1 except what should I remove? You're able to understand how to find the domain.
Yes.
Think about it. Practice these kind of problems. Okay. Next. 38 is easy. So cot of sine inverse of minus 7 by 25. So cot of sine inverse of minus 7 by 25 is cot inverse of how much?
Minus 24 by 5, sir.
How much? Minus?
Minus 24 by 5.
Okay. Correct. What is the answer? Minus 24 by 7. So if you want the steps, I'll show you. Cot of, see, sine inverse of minus x is equal to minus sine inverse x. Everybody knows this. So minus sine of 7 by 25. So cot of minus theta is minus cot theta. Everybody knows this. So this will be minus cot of sine
Sir,
inverse
cot of minus theta is how, sir? Only for
Cot of
tan it is there, no, sir. Sine, cosecant, tan only it is there, no, sir. For
cot
cosecant,
is
we have
not,
to.
cot one the odd function. Cot is an odd function.
Sir,
Only
but for
cos and
sine, cosecant, tan only we have to write this as the same, no, sir. With negative
I'm
sign as.
you're talking about cot inverse. There will be confusion. You're talking about cot inverse. I'm talking about cot.
Okay, sir.
So minus cot of this thing. So how much will be the answer? Minus cot of sine inverse, I can write it as cot inverse of 24 by 7. So it will be minus 24 divided by 7. That is the answer. 39. Sine of half of cos inverse 4 by 5. This is slightly a tricky problem. How many of you could solve this? How many of you could solve this? Sine of half of cos inverse of 4 by 5. So this half of, whenever you have this half no in a problem, I suggest you to take that whole thing as theta and then start proceeding. So cos inverse of 4 by 5 is equal to 2 theta. So 4 by 5 is equal to cos 2 theta. Okay. So actually, what is this question? It becomes sine theta. So how can my job is to find the value of sine theta. From cos 2 theta, how can I find sine theta? Guys, little faster, please. Cos theta, how can I write it in terms of sine theta? 1 minus
1
2.
minus 2 sine square
Ah.
theta.
So 2 sine square theta is equal to 1 minus 4 by 5. That will be 1 by 5. So sine square theta is equal to 1 by 10. So sine theta will be equal to plus or minus 1 by root 10. What is the answer? Irka? Option A. 39. Option A is the right answer. If you have done this, well and good. If you have left it an option, well and good. But I suggest you to copy this. Right, next time these kind of problems we'll be able to handle. So if there is a half before any trigonometric function, what are we supposed to do? Take that half into that inverse trigonometric function as theta and then proceed. Okay. Next. 40th. The value of tan inverse of 1 by x is how much? In terms of cot inverse of x. So what is tan inverse 1 by x equal to, guys? Para tan inverse of 1 by x, if I write it as y, then 1 by x is equal to tan by. Then x will be equal to 1 by tan by. Then what is the answer? This. So the given onto function, listen to this carefully. 41st, this is a textbook problem. The given onto function f map from 1 to 3 to 1 to 3 is always what? So they have already told it is an onto function. So if it is supposed to be onto function, then what should happen? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Equal number of elements in the input and the output set. So what should happen? If 1 is mapped to 1, 2 is mapped to 3, for it to be onto 3 is supposed to be mapped to 2. So it is 1 to 1, but it should also be, sorry, it is an onto function, but it should also be a 1 to 1 function. Okay. 42nd. Relation R in the set Z of all integers defined by R is equal to x comma y such that x minus y is an integer. Answer.
Equivalent, sir.
Be equivalent, sir.
The equivalence.
Correct. 43rd. Sine inverse of 2x into root of 1 minus x squared. Textbook problem.
2 sine inverse
2
x, sir.
sine inverse x.
So you put x is equal to sine theta. Sine inverse of 2 sine theta into cos theta. So sine inverse of sine 2 theta. 2 theta. So 2 sine inverse of x. Is there anyone who marked the answer as 2 cos inverse x?
I did, sir.
Both are right, actually. So yeah, this one I'll make a note. A and C both are right. Sharia. let me check. X belongs to 1 by root 2 to 1. The value of cos of secant inverse of 5 by 3. So this will be cos inverse of 3 by 5. Answer is 3 by 5. Sine of secant inverse of 17 by 15. What is the answer? So secant inverse 17 by 15 na theta. Secant 17 divided by this thing. Sorry. 17, 15. This should be 8.
Yes, sir.
The sine of 8 by 7. So this will be sine of sine inverse of 8 by 17. 45 A. Correct. Next. The government of India is planning to okay. All these things are okay. The measure of angle CAB. I think it's a very simple problem, right? Measure of angle CAB is what? In terms of tan. Heights and distances problem. Tan theta is equal to half. So theta will be tan inverse half. Okay. The measure of angle DAB. Is there anything that we need to find? So the government of India is planning to fix a hoarding board at the base of a building on the road of a busy market for awareness of pain. Ram, Robert, Rahim are the 3 engineers who are working on this project. A is considered to be a person viewing the hoarding 20 meters away from the building, standing at the edge of the pathway nearby. Ram, Robert, Rahim suggests to the firm to place a hoarding board at different locations, namely C, D, and E, where C is at a height of 10 meters from the ground. For the viewer A, the angle of elevation D is double the angle of elevation of C. Okay. So this, if this is theta, then how much is this? It is 2 theta. The angle of elevation at E is triple the angle of elevation at C. So this will be 3 theta. So they are asking what is the angle DAB. So tan 2 theta. Okay. Tan theta is equal to half, guys. What will tan 2 theta be equal to? 2 tan theta divided by 1 minus tan square theta. So 2 into half divided by 1 minus 1 by 4. Cancel it. 1 divided by 3 by 4. It is 4 by 3. So tan inverse of 4 by 3. So measure of angle EAB. So what are we supposed to do? Tan 3 theta. What is the formula, guys? 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta. So 3 into tan theta. Guys, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
A network issue. Power cut actually. Okay. So did you guys understand the 47th one? 47th, I hope you
Yes.
understood, right? I think that will be tan inverse 4 by 3. 48th one, the tan 3 theta. So 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta by 1 minus 3 tan square theta. This will be 3 by 2 minus 1 by 8 divided by 1 minus 3 by 4.
Option D.
Multiply with 4. So this will be D. Okay, 12 divided by 8. And this should be 4 by 4. So 11 by something. 11 by 8 divided by 1 by 4. Correct. A dash is another viewer standing on the same line of the observation across the road. If the width of the road is 5 meters, then the distance between CAB and C dash A dash B. What are this? Distance. The difference. Okay. Difference between CAB and C dash A dash B. So if this is theta, then if I take this as alpha, what is tan alpha? This tan alpha is equal to 10 divided by 25. So 2 by 5. So alpha is tan inverse of 2 by 5. Theta is tan inverse of half. So tan inverse of half minus tan inverse of 2 by 5. I hope you can solve this. What is the formula? Tan inverse x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. Okay, calculate and find it out. The domain and range of tan inverse x.
R comma open bracket minus pi by 2 to pi by 2.
That's right. So option
C, sir.
C. So 49th, did anyone get the answer? What is the answer for 49th? Anybody who has solved it?
Tan inverse of 1 by 8.
Correct. That's what you will get. I hope everything is clear, right? We're done with this paper. Guys, tell me one thing. Is there any topic that you want me to explain again? Not today. Maybe for me to plan. Is there any topic that you want me to explain, or things are clear? After writing this test, you would have realized, no, there are some subtopics I'm not clear with. Is there anything like that? Nothing? Okay. So that's it, guys. We can wind up.
Thank you, sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.